welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm going to show you guys how to make this maxi dress. So guys, what you need is the length the dress is going to be. So mine is 60 inches, and then the bottom that's from my shoulder to my ankle to the floor is 60 inches. Then the lower part, which is the tier, is like from below my knee. So from my shoulder to my just above my knee is 40 inches. So this is the upper part of the dress. This is the length of my dress, the shoulder to my ankle, and then this is my shoulder to my knee, just above my knee, which is 40. If I subtract it from this, I'm left with 20. So that means the length of my tier will be 20, which I've already cut my tier out. So that's the ruffle part at the bottom. So it's 20 inches here. But to that 20 inches, I added 1.5 so that I can use 1 inch to fold the end and half an inch to join it here. So let me set this aside. I'll still get back to this to tell you the width. So that means what I have here as the length is 20 plus 1.5. That's going to be about 21.5, right? So now that means the upper part of my dress will be 40 inches long. So now what I'm going to do is to fold my fabric. So guys, first thing is to make sure your fabric is folded into two, and then the next thing you're going to do is to fold it again into two. So this is what I'm doing here. Fold it this way in form of an angle this time. So I'm going to put mine this way, and then I'm going to come up to this part and start to insert my measurements. So guys, as I've folded it now, the next thing I'm going to do, so you see the fold here, the next thing I'm going to do is basically to go from this upper part here. I'm going to, there are two ways you can do this. Guys, if you want, you can cut it as a circle, like half a circle, but I'm going to just make it an A line. So guys, first thing is to rule a straight line here, and then from here, I'm going to go ahead and insert my shoulder measurement divided by 2. Once you rule this straight line here, on that line, add your shoulder measurement divided by 2. So for me, that's going to be 8 inches. And then after that, I'm going to mark 3 inches of my basic neckline. After that, you're going to determine how long you want the strap, where you want it to start. So I want mine to start at 5. If you want yours, can start at 6. It depends on you. So my strap is going to start at 5 inches. So this here is serving as my strap, right? And then what you're going to do is to insert your armhole. So how you're going to calculate this line here is basically your bust divided by 6 plus 1.5. Wherever that lands you, it can be 9, it can be 8. It can be 10, so I'm going to use 10 here. And then you're going to also after that, you're going to this line here. After the 3 inches you marked, this point to this point, you're going to find the center of that line, which is 2.5 for me. And then I'm going to mark half, almost like 0.75 here, 0.75 here. And then the outer line, which is this one, I'm going to connect it to this side. The inner line, which is this one, I'm going to connect it to the depth of the V that I want. Like I said, my top is starting at 5 again. Where do I want the neckline to be? Maybe let's say I want it at 9. Then this outer line, remember we have a center line, we have the outer one, and then this one. So this center line is serving as our strap, right? So this inner one now, all you have to do is just rule it this way, is your V-neck. So you see, we've created that spaghetti strap, and then all you have to do now is just to go ahead and make sure that on this line also that your bust divided by 4 plus ease and seam allowance can fit in here. So once you check it and it can fit, all you have to do is, if it doesn't fit, then you have to bring down this line a little bit more, because you notice it gets wider as it's going down. Once you insert your bust measurement and everything, let's say this is where the line is, all you have to do is just blend it into the side of your clothes. But mine is just exactly the width of the clothes, so I'm just going to cut everything together. After that, you're going to measure the 40 inches that you marked for the length of the dress. But also remember, you're going to be removing 5 inches, right? So this is that 5 inches here. So all my measurements are starting after that 5 inches. So my 40 inches is here. I'm going to add 1 inch to it, half an inch of joining it at the top here, and then 1 inch of joining it at half an inch of joining it at the bottom here also. If you want, you can add the half an inch at the top here. Just give it some ease, like half an inch of seam allowance all over here, instead of adding it at the bottom here. And then once you're done, all you have to do is just to mark 40.5 here, and then go ahead and cut. So guys, you see this one here, I've cut this out, the neckline. Fold your fabric. If you want more of this to widen like this, then when you fold your fabric, you have to extend it even more. Like if you want it to widen more, instead of like how my own is here, you then need to fold your fabric even more. You will need more fabric for that, but I'm okay with the width of my own like this. So guys, after that now, so we have our dress. The next thing we are going to do is, you see, I went ahead and cut out a piece of lining, just half of the top part here. You can use the fabric and cut it, like cut another piece. This is going to serve as my facing for it, because I can't use bias to turn it over. So you can just use your lining, or you can equally use the fabric itself, just so that you can use it to turn it. So once you do that, another thing I did is to come down from this armhole by 10 inches and notch it. This is going to be for my pocket, right? So I notched it on all the 4 layers, because there are two one of this is for the front, one of this is for the back. Remember, the way we folded it, if you open it, it will look something like this. So you see mine, one piece is for the front and then one piece is for the back, and then I notched it on this side, these two sides of this, and then also on these two, on these sides, the 2 pieces on this side. That's what I mean by the 4 layers. So now all I have to do, you see my lining the same, 2 pieces, one for the front, one for the back. So all I have to do is take one piece like this, put it all over the top of this here, put my line, this in between here, take this other one also, put it in between here like this. That's why I said to do 0.75 on both sides, so that you can use half an inch to sew this side, half an inch to join to the armhole. So what I'm going to do is also put this on top of it now, pin it down, and then I'm going to double stitch it at the top, use half an inch to sew the neckline, come back up here, double stitch it again, go over to this side, do the same on this side, and once it's done, I'm going to turn it over, right? So now I've finished the end, and also don't forget to match it once you're done. So I'm going to do the same thing. The length of this strap is going to depend on the length you use. So remember, like I did before, was when I was doing mine, it was 5 inches, right? So that would be 5 inches in front, 5 inches at the back. So that's 10 inches that I will need for the length of this strap. But then I need to add half an inch of seam allowance to join it to this, and half an inch of seam allowance to join it at the back. So in total, about 11 or 12 inches will be enough for my strap. So that's how you're going to calculate it. Guys, there are also some that you don't, if you want, you can just make this V in front, and then the back can just be straight, right? There are some that you have the back straight like this, and then instead make a casing for an elastic. I've seen those ones too. So you're going to just, all you have to, so where this armhole line is where you're going to cut off this piece. So it's going to look straight like this, and then you're going to get a different fabric, and then make a casing for an elastic. So you're going to get your fabric that is about, just get a fabric that is long enough to go to the end, but the width might be about 2 inches or 2.5. Sew it this way all the way to the end, and then fold it like this, pass elastic through it, so that it will help pull it together, because you can't leave it straight. If you're going to cut it off, then you can't leave it straight like this. You need to use elastic for your elastic. Once you make the casing for the elastic, pass elastic through it. So that means when you're, so 5 inches of the strap in front, and then it's going to be more than almost 10 inches maybe going towards the back, is going to be low. If you guys would want to see a video on that, I can also make a different, like a different video explaining everything. But that's basically the difference between the two. Go ahead and finish up this now and join the ruffle at the end. So guys, this is what it looks like once you're done. You see there's a lining at the upper part of mine, but inside, like, it stops almost just a little bit past my armhole, like 5 inches down. So I closed up the seam. Like I said, stop 5 inches here, insert your pocket, and that's basically it for the body of my dress. If you feel like maybe when you wear it, it's gaping a little, you can also go ahead and just pinch it out this way and give it maybe a 3 inches dart, just like this, say gaping. So after that, now the next thing you're going to do is the bottom part. How you see what I'm going to be using. Like I said before, the length I'm using for this here is 21.5, but for the width, how you're going to calculate it is just basically take your tape, measure from the front to the back, measure around this opening all the way through. Whatever you get, multiply it by 2.5. That will be the width of what you're going to use. So this is mine here, so I'm going to just take it now and sew it all the way, join it to the end of this here, and then I'll bring it back so you guys can see. So guys, that's basically it. I've gone ahead and attached this at the bottom. You see, I added it with plates. So that's basically all you need to do. I also added a dart, like half an inch dart to my own by the bust in front, just to help close up the arm. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Guys, please like, share and subscribe. Bye.